Hey, what is up, guys? This is Fabled. Today I'm going to cover some basics for all the new players out there. They're going to be really helpful tips while you're actually playing. And if you like the video and want to see more in the future, make sure you hit that sub button and that like button. Let me know how I'm doing. And with that said, let's get into it. So for some basic information about the map and kind of like the map's environment, we have to first talk about towers. Towers are one of the most important part of the map. Both teams will have a T1, a T2 tower, and a Phoenix. All these towers, of course, provide protection to your base. Also, these towers can be used as another way to protect yourself against the enemy. Let's say you get really poked out in lane and you can't really back yet. The smartest thing to do is just to sit under your tower and let the minion wave come to you so you don't lose any XP. And also you use that tower as a buffer, because towers are going to hit gods extremely hard, which is also another reason why minions are so important to take towers, is so gods don't take a ton of damage to tower before they can actually take it. Another reason why towers are so important is basically for each tower standing, no matter if it's a tier 1, tier 2, or a Phoenix, each tower standing is going to increase the HP of your Titan, which is of course the main objective for every team, is to kill the enemy team's Titan. So this becomes super important once teams get late game, and especially if a team is ahead and it has all the towers down on the enemy, it makes it extremely easy to go in there and end the game. But however, if a team doesn't have all those towers or Phoenixes, and that Titan has close to base health, it's going to make it extremely difficult to end the game, obviously, just because of the sheer amount of health of the Titan and the protections. And so yeah, a lot of teams, they try to end before they actually have towers down, and it's a huge mistake. I've had and seen so many teams try to end the game prematurely without any towers down, and that Titan is just too tanky. They don't do it, and they get 5-man wiped. And yeah, especially late in the game, you get 5-man wiped. It can be rough. There's definitely comeback potential for the enemy team. So yeah, the huge reason why towers are so important. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure that wraps up towers. Next thing we're going to talk about is minions. So to begin, when talking about minions, the first thing we always have to go into is that most of the time you're not going to see single minions. They are minion waves. So at each team's base, there's going to be a doorway where minions come out, and they come out in waves. Those waves eventually meet in the middle of lanes, and can be manipulated to meet at certain points of the lane. But since these minions are forced down lanes, of course you need laners to clear them, and that's why minions are the base farm for laners. Every time a laner kills a minion, that laner is going to get a portion of gold and XP. So making them basically the best form of farm for laners. Alright, let's talk about what minion waves are used for. So minion waves are very useful in early game when it comes to 1v1 scenarios. Minion waves early on can definitely kill a god, for sure. They hit like a truck early. Late game, they fall off. You don't even have to think about clearing them. But early game, they definitely hit hard, so you do want to focus on making sure you're clearing
the wave faster than your opponent. Otherwise, you are going to get shreked by the enemy minion wave. They also are used to tank towers. So if there's like six minions in a wave, that's 6 tower shots because they're going to take 1 or 2. Most of the time it's 2, but sometimes it's 1, depending on their health bar. But most of the time they're going to take 1 or 2, so that could be upwards to 12, anywhere around there sounds about right. So yeah, 12 tower shots is going to dramatically help when pushing towers down. That's 12 tower shots a god doesn't have to take a tower. There are 2 models of minions. There's a melee model and an archer model. Melee, of course, being the ones that run up to you and attack you that way, and archers being the one with a bow shooting you from a distance. Archers are obviously going to do more damage because in the lore of the game, archers just do more damage in general. They can be buffed by objectives. We're going to get more into that later when I cover Fire Giant buffs and Gold Fury buffs. But I think the most important takeaway of minions is when a minion enters a tower line, that tower no longer has protections on it. So this means an ADC with full power and attack speed can basically 6-shot a tower because there's minions in it. So they are very important. Minions are incredibly important. So now that we've talked about minions a bit, we're going to also cover the base farm for junglers. And those are called jungle camps. Since, jungle is in the name jungle camps, you're going to find most of them in the jungle. Once again, since this is the base farm of junglers, they're going to provide golden XP on kill to whoever's clearing them. Most of the time it's the jungler, because that's the jungler's farm. And some of these camps are even going to drop little buffs that last 2 minutes and then wear off when the camp is about to come back up. They're very basic. There isn't a lot to them. We're going to cover the individual buffs in a later video, but that's all I got for you guys. So remember to hit that bell, hit the sub button, hit the like button, comment, let me know how I'm doing. And with that said, it's been Fable, and peace out, my dudes.